We're greetings again, everyone. It's me, Nick Michalak, and the spectacular Steve Frazier.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I gotta find new ones every so often. So,
well, you keep doing S words. You run out of them eventually.
Yes, alliteration here. Anyway, guys, we are doing the second half of our double feature in honor of Scott Derrickson and his birthday month with The Black Phone today. It's been about 2 years since the film was released, so it's a little bit more of a recent one for us, but that's okay.
Yeah, we like new.
We like new just fine. But anyway, guys, you got your own copy of the film. Get your subtitles turned on, turn your timestamp over to 0, and we'll count down and you sync up with us and all that stuff and get going. So in 3, 2, 1, play.
So we just covered Sinister, and then we're going to fast forward 10 years, and Ethan Hawke has reunited with Scott Derrickson.
Yep.
And yeah, we've got brand new horror. This was kind of a little phenomenon for a hot minute, right?
Yeah. One of those where I actually did get to see this right after work one night. So I
in the theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
I shot out, and well, it wasn't exactly right after it came out. It made like a week or two afterwards, but I got there.
Oh, I got a Coors. The banquet beer. North Denver. I don't think that's a place. North Denver doesn't exist. But that's fine.
Yeah. Obviously, this is a fusion between the story written by Joe Hill,
okay,
which was published,
yeah, right?
Was the
son of Stephen King, right?
Who named his king Joe King. Joe King.
Oh, got it.
Joe
yeah.
King.
Joe King.
Of course, why wouldn't he?
Sure.
So he goes by Joe Hill because,
Hill is like
his own man.
Hill is his middle name.
Hillstrom, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that's fusion between that, and then Derrickson gets this the short story, what the heck it was, brought to him, and he influences his own childhood growing up in Denver at this point in time.
I've not read the story by Joe Hill. Uh-oh. Oh, you can't bat flip, you fuck. That's rude. You get ejected for that shit. Nah, he was fine. He just threw it. Sponsored by Dodge, the front range. Rangers? What are they? Got a Crush bottle. Orange Crush. Man, I haven't had one of those in a coon's age.
Yeah, this is watching this again. I like how the filmmaking here, without having to really say anything, you focus on Finn here as knowing that he's going to be your main character. How they shoot him, how his expressions are, how he's emoting in the scene. You can feel that he's the central point of that scene and how he's probably going to be the focal point moving on.
This has such a great feel.
Oh, yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Bruce. Remember when that was a thing?
Oh, yeah.
The rockets? Like, we used to go into the Toys R Us, and if you remember, there was like that whole section of like rockets.
Okay.
Oh my God. There's a whole thing.
Yeah, I like how, I'm just getting started on the whole thing, but I like that they went through so much work to kind of get the authentic feel for costuming.
Yes.
The art direction, all the different things. Even how they graded the film in particular was tried to evoke that sort of aesthetic from the time period.
100%. And it worked.
Yeah.
Much like The Conjuring or,
yeah,
one of those other... there's another example out there that we've done, and Oh, here's James Ransone again. I mean, the guy's got a troupe,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Casting by Terry Taylor. No good. The Red Rooster. I love that it like faded to black there with just the van
coming in. Yeah.
Yeah. Telling you, everything that you don't see, way scarier, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the missing persons, I mean, that's kind of, similar to like the It storyline,
a little bit too. I mean, Ethan Hawke was talking about like how he remembered growing up in this era, and there was missing persons posters for kids on the milk cartons and everything else like that. So,
not sure what Pennsburg is, but there's the blue floral.
Yeah.
What the hell's
Coffee
the name?
pot or whatever.
What's the name of that print? Damn it, it's escaping me right now. Rocky Mountain News. Look at that hair. Oh, ha ha, Dad. Look at the... Okay, clearly Dad doesn't like loud noises.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she
winces
and he holds his breath.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what a great character development already.
Yeah.
You know?
Show, don't tell.
Well, I would agree with that
Yes.
statement.
You don't want to marry Danny Bonducci. No, not in retrospect.
No, you definitely don't want.
No. Richie of the Fonz, totally.
Well,
Wink
sure.
or Howard, totally, 100%.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Oh, Brucey, gone missing. Oh, that's a good line. Not how they want to.
Mm.
Oh, fight. Sure. Wow. This Latino kid,
Yeah, Robin.
he's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Rude Awakening. Here it comes. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just one of the kids cheering him on, right?
Oh, we wish there was some times that we had a couple folks do this to certain other folks.
That's right. What's on his t-shirt?
Yeah, I couldn't quite pick it up.
Well, kid's got morals. All right. He's got a hot jean jacket, though.
Yeah. I know you're not a Phantasm fan, but looking at him in the film Mason, he just evokes so much the look of
kid?
Michael Baldwin from Phantasm.
And that was the younger kid?
Yeah.
Okay. I see it.
He's got the same sort of mop top, a little bit the same look to him.
I don't hate Phantasm.
Yeah, it's not your flavor.
It's not my flavor. I think that the tall man is a great image,
Yeah.
you know. Oh, he loves his rockets,
Yeah.
doesn't he? But yeah, he's a good-looking kid.
Yeah.
And apparently he likes this young lady.
And they were shooting this in the thick of COVID stuff. It was like late 2020 to 2021.
Yeah, and I thought that like all production was shut down, and maybe this was like right as it began again.
Well, I know because the cinematographer they grabbed on this thing had just shot the new Scream film, the 5th film.
Okay, the one that we don't like.
Which we didn't like the 5 or 6 terribly well, but that was the one that brought.
6 is
the
the
Nev
one.
bad. Nev came back. This is the one where Nev came back.
Got it. Okay.
So they had just shot that one, and they brought him up on this one. So I know 2022 Scream was heavily into the COVID precautions and everything like that. So this was right after that.
Wow. Uh-oh.
It's gotta be like an album cover or something.
Yeah, it must be. I'm not sure.
Ginger kid.
I know.
Gotta be a ginger kid.
I know, and
He's getting the shit kicked out of him, or he's kicking someone else's ass.
I love a redhead. I really do.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Amazing.
I love him.
Amazing. Cheech and Chong?
Yeah,
Yes, it is
okay,
Cheech
there
and
it
Chong.
is.
Well, that tracks.
Yeah.
I like his mobby hair,
Yeah.
and the little bandana is perfect for this guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hair and makeup had a time just really delving into all that style. Had a couple wigs on standby for various people and everything.
He thinks Texas Chainsaw is the best ever.
Sure, it's fine.
For the time.
They said second best after Enter the Dragon, though. I mean, at 78, Bruce Lee is
Right.
hot stuff, even though he's sadly gone.
I like their camaraderie.
I like that scene so much. I mean, it pays off so much later on in the film.
Well, sure.
And it's just the fact there's a lot of films out there that just wouldn't do that scene. They wouldn't think to do that scene. But it's so pertinent. And it builds both guys up.
Right. I never understood homeroom. Like, it's a concept that didn't exist when we were in school. Or when I was in school, I guess. I don't really understand it other than it's like the first period. This is an interesting path that we've gone down, where she's a slight clairvoyant. I like her assertiveness.
Yeah.
Like, I like her character a lot.
She is excellent. The fact they give her this kind of attitudinal character who's just kind of had to... She's the stand-up for a character that her brother isn't.
Dumb fucking fart knockers. It's an interesting little supernatural twist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this. His hair is like significantly more dirty.
Yeah, like
or wet or something.
Damp, humid air.
Now he's gonna go teach math to the other kid.
Probably.
The picture on the wall.
Oh
my God. Show it again. It looked like it was straight out of Emily Rose. Which would have been a nice little nod. That one up there on the left, the tree. Ugh. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm imagining things. Has he got little NASA pajamas?
Kinda.
The hell is that? Frozen. Oh, wow. This is a kid after my own heart.
Oh, yeah.
That's like literally me every day. In my pajamas, eating ice cream, watching a movie. I don't know what movie this is they're showing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's very interesting that it's like black and white with blood colored.
Yeah.
And a good setup here, right? Because he's like...
Yeah.
He clearly just said that his dad would never let him watch anything like this. Whatever that is, it's scary.
Yeah.
Especially for 78.
It's your station wagon. The wood paneling.
I mean, nothing but the best, right? Oh, Jesus. Why would he beat his child over this? Yeah, that's right. Break that bottle. He's a regular Marge Thompson. There you go. This is terrifying.
Oh, yeah. And apparently, from what I read, Derrickson was going through therapy for childhood trauma when they were putting this together.
This makes sense. I mean...
It was a norm back in that time.
I never had anyone do that to me.
No.
But I was around situations that were tangential and tell you what, I mean, I guess in this situation I'm the little kid looking on and it sticks with you, my friend. What kind of punishment is that? Like, I'm gonna beat you, and then as a cherry on top, you can't have any treatment. Well, I put down this screwdriver.
Oh.
Hatred, right?
I mean, he's a broken man.
And that's an adult child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that kid grew up in a goddamn hurry. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, these two are magnificent in this movie.
You got a Risk and a Monopoly and I don't know what the middle one is. I like this dude, though.
Oh, yeah.
He's got some other generic branded t-shirt with...
Yeah, something going on.
Oh, shit.
And I like so much that they just keep
In the shadow.
You just
the
don't
blur.
you don't have to get a clear shot of what it is. You just like it's a big black van. It tells its story itself.
Right, and then there's the fade out.
Yeah, and now first time you see it just coming around the corner, it's innocuous. But now it's a little bit more, not to be a pun on it, but sinister.
Right.
Then
Emergency.
You got the guy walking out with the cloak and everything. It's like it just builds the imagery.
Emergency was a big show.
Mm-hmm. Where Kane Hodder got his burns a couple years after this.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I knew he got him.
It's like, I don't know, 81, 82, something around that range.
Great shot here.
Oh, yeah.
Love this. Maybe a drone?
Possibly.
I've always loved the line of people walking, spreading out, search party style.
Yeah. It was a bit like Prisoners. Villeneuve.
How crazy would it be to have, to be this age
Mm-hmm.
and then have all of your, contemporaries go missing?
Yeah, I mean, that's gotta be
Like,
a subtle terror.
we don't have. There isn't a modern version of the serial killer
Not that
motif.
we're
It's
clearly aware of.
and you'd think I don't want to say you'd think there would be, but
Yeah.
maybe it's because we've gotten so good at detecting and solving crimes
Sure.
that
Forensics, pathologies,
sure that they're just
psychologies.
there isn't I don't think it goes on long enough maybe for the old Jesus fish
Right, we don't want to hear it on World News Tonight or something like that. That there's a mass serial killer spree out there. You hear it later on when you're watching True TV, or what are they called these days? The old court TV series,
right?
And everything.
Or Netflix shows up with a documentary,
Right?
and you're like,
Oh, that was happening.
right? Who knew?
No one told me about this.
I just feel like there are so many different, the Night Stalker or the Son of Sam,
yeah.
where a community feels
Zodiac.
unrest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where the news has to say, "Be careful because this is happening in our area."
Yeah.
And I just feel like that
This
doesn't
is what they're targeting, and
Right.
so on.
And I don't recall a situation like that. I feel like now it's a school shooting or there's still horrible events.
Yeah.
But there isn't
They've taken on a different form
Right.
over the decades.
It's not a community threat, so to speak.
Yeah. Seems to be a lot more sudden acts instead of premeditative string of events. Just check this decor, what they did with the art direction.
If it's not
Nothing-
1978, I don't know what is.
Nothing's out of place. It all looks exactly authentic for the time.
Including that bad collar underneath her jumper.
Yeah. Big white lapels, man. That was all the rage. And the consequence.
Well, right, the kid gone his backup.
Yeah, his protector's gone, and they're just gonna free reign. And the only person that's
Uh-oh.
gone. This is foul-mouthed sister.
I love the foul-mouthed sister.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, god
Fucking
damn it.
Evil Richie Cunningham here.
Yeah, no shit.
It's like,
This is the wounded
Yeah.
area.
fuck. Oh. Now the whole frog dissection. I bowed out that day. I took the failing grade because I just this is not happening. I would have puked my guts out.
I dissected many things. I forget what all we did. I know we did a pig in college. Oh, baby.
I mean, I once fainted in health class when they were talking about anatomy.
Oh, no.
Make me fucking dissect a frog. Clear the path.
I think I definitely dissected a frog
Pea
in...
soup everywhere now.
No. You're a pussy.
I'm better now, but back then, just no.
We did the frog in biology in high school. I also did a worm. We dissected a worm.
Yeah, go.
And I want to say there was one other thing. And then maybe a fish of some kind. And then... No, I don't think it was a fish. And then in college we had to do the piglet, the little pigs.
Oh. Yeah,
For whatever class it was. I don't know if it was biology or anatomy or something.
yeah.
And I did pretty well in that. Abracadabra. Broken eggs. Now you can make an omelet. This is so off-putting, right?
Yeah. I like how they're photographing it. They're not giving you a clear view of his face either. We're still keeping a little mystery.
Right.
Ugh.
The black balloons as a means of hiding what you're doing. Like, let me just envelop you in balloons. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Everything about this is pretty great, by the way.
Sure.
Are we to believe that nobody has fought back before this?
Maybe none of them had a weapon that could scar him with it.
I suppose. I mean, I don't know how we would know that.
Sure.
That's scary.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they're giving him kind of this human element, right?
Right.
It's a really good, scary.
Unnerving.
Yes, yes.
The fact that Hawke realized under the mask, I've got to act with my voice. I got to work with the body language. Even a little bit with the eyes.
It's creepy as fuck, is what it is.
Yeah. He has got this kind of soft-spoken quality to him. It's almost childlike how he's speaking.
Yeah, there's definitely this element of, like, he sometimes is this high-pitched tenor,
Yeah.
childlike, and then he's got the dark and dirty gravel,
Yeah.
almost like it's a split personality kind of thing, you know?
A fractured trauma you could definitely read into it.
Yeah. And I don't know why, but I love the name Grabber.
Yeah.
Like,
Simple, straight to the point.
And it feels like a name that the community would give him,
Yeah.
not a name he gave himself.
Right.
Or whatever,
He never refers to himself as anything.
Right. Well, why would he?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And the payoff of him, always being shown holding this toy,
Yeah.
and now the toy has somewhat saved him.
Payoff.
Right. That's just solid filmmaking.
The rocket thing he was doing in the baseball diamond. Then he's got the little toy and whatnot.
And his room was filled with rockets.
Yeah.
He wore pajamas.
Yeah.
Right. Like everything makes sense.
Filled out organic character.
There's our titular phone.
Yes.
That doesn't connect. When you hear the title Black Phone, like, it doesn't match with any of the imagery that you're shown, either in the poster art or it really makes you go,
What's the correlation?
Yeah, right. How does this all work? And you know that she's going to know.
Yeah. One, she's had these dreams that are very haunting to her. And the string of events that have happened so far. It's not a leap. There's no leap in her mind to get to the conclusion she's at right now.
Then we got Timu Taggart there. What a great actress.
Oh, yeah, she's... Whew.
How many times... We've done 150 commentaries. How many times have we talked about the young lady or the young man who just is a better actor than every adult?
Oh, yeah.
And this kid's great, too.
Yeah, Mason, Thames, yeah.
Has he done other stuff? I know this is recent, but...
This was his first on-screen acting role.
No shit.
Damn right.
I love that mask.
You know who helped design it?
I don't. Greg Nicotero?
Savini.
Oh, Tom Savini.
Savini and I think it was Jason Baker. They have a company together, and they're the ones who made it happen.
Is Jason Baker the son of Rick Baker?
I don't know. He's not linked. Not Wikipedia thing.
Interesting. I just made the leap.
Yeah.
There's the turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is such a great camaraderie. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm so creeped out by this whole scenario.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
Wow. He said the phone hasn't worked since he was a kid.
Yeah.
Which begs a lot of questions, but
We kind of subtly gives you information without having to really tell you information, if you get my drift. Like I said, it feels like he's got a fractured trauma to him.
Right.
He was probably put down this place when he was a kid and beaten to shit, too. Or some sort of abuse.
Right.
As you already mentioned, it's a theme in the film. From the father to Gwen and all the other things that Derrickson was working through and everything. It's definitely all over this film.
Right.
And part of
And
the psychosis at hand.
peer to peer, too, right?
Yeah.
His schoolmates.
Yeah. That's nice.
It is really nice to show that you really can't hear. And I know we have the sound down, but
Yeah.
there was no sound.
Yeah. And there's no subtitles either. It's showing
Right.
too.
And there was some sort of weird, like, reflective something on the...
Yeah, it's probably like an extra thick pane of glass up there.
The kid, it's weird because, yes, they're showing him being intuitive and creative, and he's smart, but you also would have, like, he's putting together now.
Yeah.
All of the other kids were probably
Put through the same
they
scenario.
would they would have done the same things.
Yeah. And that.
And is so good.
Yeah.
And heartbreaking.
Yeah. And that. I mean.
What a beautiful shot too, right?
Oh, this movie's gorgeous.
The little bit of light on the phone.
Oh yeah.
I think he could have tried a little harder and made it to the window. Not to say that he could have done anything about it,
Sure.
but I do feel like he gave up a little easily on jumping to the windowsill. Because he was able to reach it on the jump.
Yeah. Well, then he's trying to think, okay, maybe I can move the bed over and trying to climb up on it or something, or give it an extra something.
Right. My thought would have been maybe carve a notch in the wall that I can put my foot in. But, you know, make little stairs. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And now there's a new mask.
Or at least a
The
half mask.
Half, yeah.
Half reveal.
He's so
Oh yeah.
good.
As the film doesn't give you a backstory about what happened to him, all
Right.
that type of stuff, Hawke went through the thing of creating it for himself so he has something to draw upon to know what he wants to do in each scenario. A lot of actors will do that. They'll construct a backstory that fits for what the character is written as, so they can have a context for where they're pulling from to know how to react
Right.
and what goes into each moment.
It might not actually be said,
Yeah.
but they have to create the history.
Yeah.
And I feel like screenwriters do the same thing, right?
Well, I've done that extensively.
Right. Like you write a whole backstory, even though the consumer never learns it, but it helps you write the shape of the character.
Michael Mann does that all the time. It's like, here it is. He gave it to Tom Cruise on Collateral. Here's where the guy came from. This is where he grew up. This is how he came to where he is. Entire timeline, just like documents all over the place. And the real cool thing they did on set with the phone, so they had the kid on the other side of the set with another phone, that when you picked up the phone on outside of the set, the one on set did ring. So it was all very tangible stuff. He's actually acting opposite the other actor just
I
over
see.
the phone. So they rigged it all up.
That's really cool. I think that's a neat little...
Yeah. And again, it creates a tangibility. You're not just acting against the script supervisor or something else like that. You have the actual actor there working the scene with you.
I think there's... I mean, clearly there's this supernatural element.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's Brucey. Clearly supernatural element here.
Yeah.
But, like I was saying in the last one,
Sure.
we're not, like, we're learning about it at the same time the character's experiencing it.
Yes.
And he is explaining the phenomenon. And yes, it's very hard to believe, but we're watching it happen. So, all right, you've told me the rules, kind of. You know what I mean?
And you can only believe in a concept as much as the character is on screen convincing you of it.
Right. I mean, it's a pretty cool concept that, like, because at this point, we don't know the status of the person on the other end.
Right.
And I don't remember, honestly, if we find out the status of the person on the other end.
Well, there's multiple.
Oh, there's little Brucey right there. Mr. and Mrs. Yamada?
Yeah. And again, like since they're again using super 8mm film for all these portions.
There's something very, I don't know what the word is. The home movie aspect.
Yeah.
It's such a specific thing.
And Ethan Hawke even was kind of equating it to like you almost watching a snuff film to a degree.
Right.
You're watching something that feels forbidden, like you're not supposed to be seeing it.
And there's also the supernatural element of Gwen
Yeah.
and the dream thing, right?
Right. And the fact that they all, like her father mentions the fact that this phenomenon affected her mother too. And then that probably, we never get explained exactly what happened with the mother, but apparently adverse things happened, probably supposedly stemming out from that.
The question is, where do you go with the dirt? Oh, look at you.
Down the flusher.
Look at you. You're so smart, Finney. It's a gross toilet, by the way.
Yeah. You don't come down with a snow bowl.
I didn't catch if there was a brush, a toilet brush.
And this is a good piece of craft here.
With the no dialogue?
We know what they're talking about. We know what the context is. You don't need to have.
You don't have to hear it.
To tell
Right,
us.
right.
Everyone turned to look at her expression, everyone else's expression. That tells the scene.
Yes, it's perfect.
Yeah.
This is, I feel like, unique enough that, like, so far, this feels completely independent of every other work out there.
Yeah.
And so good.
Yeah. It makes it so intimidating.
But it's so, like, human.
Yeah.
And so...
It's light. He's not putting on...
And that makes it scarier.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of people would lean into the obvious thing.
Right.
But he, like I said, because he built the backstory, he's understanding what the themes of the story are. He's integrating that into what the performance is.
Right.
Where it's coming from.
Yep, definitely not Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, anybody can call this hotline. Wow. I love that it's the audio over the phone. You know what I mean? Oh man,
he's not seeing apparitions, but we are.
Right.
He's getting a manifestation of who he's talking to, and that helps with the visual storytelling.
Must be so nice for these kids to, like, get to swear.
Oh yeah.
You know?
They love the makeup process.
Like the little girl.
Oh yeah.
Chances are.
Yeah.
She might have said a couple bad words in her life.
Sure.
But she never got paid to do it.
Yeah, sure. And Derrickson apparently had a kind of brokered the situation a little bit at a time with, like,
the parents?
The parents, the agents, whoever the case was, just to ease them into the situation and make them understand where it's all coming from. So just, like, dumping it on them.
Don't do it, kid. Mm-hmm. The newspaper boy said no. And the grabber brought you eggs, and if you eat eggs cold, they are no good.
Oh.
So you need to eat the eggs while they're at least somewhat warm, please. And you haven't eaten in days at this point, so...
Maybe.
Tick-tock.
Good camera work. Boy, does he look terrified.
Oh my sweet Jesus. He's just waiting.
Yeah.
Look at the veins in his arm.
Yeah.
That's not makeup.
No.
He's just got good circulation. He looks pretty good for being, you know,
he's about 50.
In his 50s.
He was 51 at the time, yeah. And apparently, I mean, again, because it was height of COVID and everything, Hawke didn't want, he was in New York and Sabine and everything was based, like, stayed over or whatnot, Pennsylvania, but he didn't feel good about traveling, getting on a plane or whatnot, so they went to his place to do all the casts and everything for all the masks.
They went to Pennsylvania?
Went from Pennsylvania to New York into Hawke's own residence.
Oh, I see.
To do all the stuff, which, again, even then, putting your hands all over and covering plaster when COVID's going on.
Right.
It's a bit of a tricky situation.
Right, like, I mean, obviously everyone listening to this lived through the height of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But why not? There was legit fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of like this. It might kill you.
Yeah.
And honestly, it still could.
Yeah.
Even though it's mutated now enough to where it probably won't. But
sure.
You know, unless you're like super
vulnerable.
Yeah, that's the word.
Stuff.
Yeah. But then this is crazy, right? Like, oh god damn it. Oh, that's so good. The angle
Mm-hmm.
I could see why, the whole idea of let's all be in this close space and everybody touch your face.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous.
Uneasy, yeah.
It was dangerous.
I mean, they're on a studio picture. They've got to follow the
protocols, right?
Union protocols and everything. So
right. She's dreaming about the paperboy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Denver is so cool, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I friggin' love Denver. If anybody out there can go visit Denver, please do, because it's magical.
I know someone came from that area.
I love that. The dog and the bike
mm-hmm.
as the van takes off.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets a first-hand look here.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting idea that you've got the dream connection.
Yeah. It's like Finney doesn't really have that. Her level of clairvoyance, but you can feel like he's probably got some kind of residual that he's among all these kids who've been down here who haven't heard the phone. He's the first one that's being able to hear the phone ringing and connect with these other kids that were down here before. It creates a little bit of that sort of link in that regard.
The
conceptual link.
He also has some sort of psychic
extra sensory perception,
yeah.
Possibly. It's not like it's overt or anything like that. We're just kind of like,
look at this kid.
Yeah.
What a smart cookie.
Yeah. But just saying you can kind of infer from everything else, like, okay, Gwen's having these connections, and she's kind of having these flashes of all these people that Finney is now communicating with. It fits for everything that you've kind of gotten off this point, that he's not been aware of any type of ability in that regard, but possibly is there.
Right. I don't even know if I would come up with these ideas.
Oh, yeah. No idea.
And, ow, fuck.
Yeah. That's the problem, too.
But,
it's a very smooth wall to a certain degree. It's hard to get a grasp. But then,
like, the kid is way smarter than all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I don't know the logistics here of this window situation, but I feel like whatever...
Trying to get this latch undone.
Whatever the grabber did... Ow, fuck
ouch.
me. God
Plunked
damn
him
it.
a little bit, too.
Whatever the grabber did to soundproof this room...
Yeah.
He's definitely got to feel like he's made some progress here,
yeah.
But you also got to feel like maybe it's not going to happen.
That's the thing, yeah. Shag carpeting and everything.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. As you already alluded to, is like the award situation not really giving films of this genre as much attention as they should. Definitely. So this is in the production design category.
Right, production design.
Costuming. Hair. Makeup.
Supporting actor.
Oh, yeah.
That, the costuming is tremendous.
Oh, yeah. Also, so much of the filmmaking style is not employing a lot of things that feel like they're modern tricks. It just feels like time-tested cinematography, blocking, all that type of stuff.
Right. There isn't a reliance on like CGI.
Yeah.
And to me, like, if I'm going to make a movie set in 1978, there was no CGI in 1978.
Yeah.
So everything that I do has to be indicative of the time.
Yeah. I mean, there were visual effects, I believe, employed on the film, but
well, sure,
you can't pick them up. What's going on? It might have been some like matte painting, like digital matte painting stuff, or some other things here and there. But I mean, obviously, with the Ghost Kids and everything, there's particular things in that regard. But I could still see some of the stuff being able to be achieved to certain different quality levels and stuff like that through other effects in earlier eras.
I'm just saying...
It doesn't stand out quite as much as it has to be now, or it looks like something that jars you out of a 1970s aesthetic.
Right. Like, if there was some of the jump scares and video movement and stuff that we saw in Sinister...
Yeah.
That might make you think, this is not 1978.
Yeah. There it is again.
And at this point, we've been given clues that the grabber has somebody else in the house, right? Like, he's indicated that there's somebody else involved. And then we come here and we have Ransone playing the role of Ethan Hawke from the Sinister movie.
A little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just amped up in different regards.
Right, like...
The cocaine-fueled version of him.
Sure. It's just funny that...
Right.
They kind of role reversed.
A little bit. You kind of fuse the two characters together.
Right.
There.
And he talks about the brother, right? So they're setting up definitely, some lines of cocaine. And now we've been given...
There it is. But then don't leave you hanging like they're trying to fake you out or anything. This shot right here tells you that's...
It is the house.
Yeah.
Imagine when he gets his water bill in a couple of days. He's gonna know that something's going on down there in that basement. He's such a good little actor.
Oh yeah.
And Hawke is so good. Like,
yeah. And again, from him waiting upstairs and he never coming up, the mask expression is now changed. The demeanor.
Oh, right. There's a frown face.
Yeah.
Everything is good. Nothing is going right.
Yeah.
So it's weird to me that this kid is the only one that would be, trying to counter it in any way.
Well, it comes on the fact that as they've kind of, I don't know if they have already, but they will eventually, the point, the fact of the matter is, none of the other kids have been able to hear the phone ringing the way that Grabber can, because he's got that trauma and everything. And so none of the other ones have been informed from the previous victims.
I wouldn't do it. How about a third one? No? Nope. Clickety click. His hair looks better now than it did that day after school. And he's been sitting here for how long?
He's got to work with his toilet water. And the Perrier.
I think it's like a Sprite type item.
Yeah.
How terrifying is this?
Yeah.
Do they sell replica masks like this?
That's why I'm going to have to figure that one out.
I feel like this would have...
2 years on, someone's got to cash in by now.
Right, you know.
They got like a sequel coming out next year.
Like Trick or Treat Studios or something doesn't have
something.
A mask for sale?
If you're going to try to eat that or not.
Oh, I hope not. Even the production design on this concrete wall is very, very good.
So we see the sort of rust stain again. Kind of similar to the stain on the Sinister box art.
I thought that too earlier.
I think other people pointed that out.
And I didn't say it, but yes, the line on the wall looks very similar to the artwork on Sinister.
Yeah.
With the blood and the rust and the... Oh, fuck.
It's like...
That almost is evocative of the kid coming out of the box in Sinister.
Yeah. It's like Lee Wanell, whenever he's doing a film, or it's just him directing or something like that, he likes to put Billy the Puppet in.
Yeah.
A little Easter egg somewhere. So these guys have their quirks.
I'm really curious now to go back and watch Emily Rose and see if that artwork in the living room there was not some sort of homage.
The tree and everything.
Yeah. And a nice little surprise that this toy is also a flashlight.
Yeah, nice.
What else can it do?
Which they should set up once you first saw it, too, so...
Oh, I guess they did, didn't they?
Yeah. It's all just really nice, organic, setup, payoff stuff. It's craft again.
So, this kid just indicated that the brother upstairs is going to figure it out. As in, maybe he wasn't lying.
Yeah. Well, one, the brother's completely in the dark about what his brother's actually doing here, but also he's cocaine-fueled, and so...
Right.
There's a lot of things bouncing around with him. They kind of like credit him, but discredit him, and keep him out of the loop of what's actually going down back here, but enough of a wild card to not know what's going to happen next with him. Oh, naughty boy.
So the kid says, don't play.
Mm-hmm.
That means you can go bye-bye. So, I can't imagine that he would know the combination because, okay, good.
He doesn't.
He doesn't, good.
But
Well, you clearly just look around, you'll find it. Maybe the bed was in a different spot. There it is. But now what order? Not what order, but is it...
Yeah, the pairings.
Right. Who knows? Nobody knows. Griffey. Finney. Griffey, Finney. I don't know if you have time to try them all.
That's the thing.
But I like that they were evenly spaced. I like that this was a...
Yeah.
2, 3, 3,
Probably
1,
something the kid did in as much of a haste as possible just to make sure it was recorded for himself.
Right. And also that, combination locks like that, like, they take a minute, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to do it just right.
And the fact that he always brings down a bottle of water, that's where the bottle came from. So everything fits. It just didn't come out of nowhere.
Right. I love that the game's called Naughty Boy.
Uh-huh.
That's terrifying.
Oh, yeah, just...
I know I keep saying the same things over and over again, but I'm trying to put myself in this situation. This kid is way braver than me.
Oh, yeah. And that's so much the thing that Robin was telling him in
To stand up for himself?
stand up for himself. And the fact that Robin probably saw enough of a strength in the kid to back him up all the time.
I also feel like Robin would have been keen enough to fight back.
Right.
And
Right. But even then, that's exactly what he wants. He wants him to play that game, to fight back. The more he's going to fight back, the more he's going to punish him. And then eventually, the game will be over. So it's more of fight smart, not fight hard type of thing.
And we have, what a great shot, right? The blurry, unblurry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rack focus.
And right now, everybody that watched this for the first time is like holding their breath.
Right.
Because I wish they would have rack focused again right there, but
Yeah.
to show that he was still sleeping.
Yeah. There we go.
Right there.
At least something there.
Yeah, there you go. And now, unfocused is where he should, like, turn his head.
The dog, yeah. That's where it comes
The
up.
dog, all right, got it. And that bug-eyed,
Oh,
holy
yeah.
shit. This is, like, is this the mid? No, it's well past the midpoint.
Oh, yeah, we're well past it.
I was like, basically he gets out, right? So that's a huge. Wow, he just hit him with a van. Can you imagine being the killer in this scenario? And
Close to being exposed.
right. And then he goes back to gravelly
Yeah.
voice. And this works because it's 1978,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there's no cell phones, and there's no video ring doorbell.
Yeah,
and, you know, there's...
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
You can't just beat a kid. I mean, you did, but...
Yeah, apparently...
Like, you just knocked the kid out with a right hook?
Yeah, apparently Ethan Hawke, like, every time they got to an end of a take, he was always checking in on the kids, like...
Are you alright?
Everything's all good,
Yeah.
everything, you know. I mean, he's such a pro, man. And he's such a great, like, down-to-earth, very kind of a salt-of-the-earth, tangible type of guy.
Jesus, what the fuck?
Jesus, what the fuck? That sounds like something you'd write.
Yes. Jesus, what the fuck?
But yeah, there's this TED Talk Hawke did right around the beginning of the pandemic thing. It's just talking about giving yourself license to be creative. It's great.
Okay.
It's just...
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah. It's just just the way he talks about things. He's so personable. He's so approachable. I just love the quality of what he does. And he likes a tangible character, something they can really work with, something you can really feel around.
Are you able to link that in the comment?
Yeah.
Is it able to do that?
I can put it in the description below, yeah.
Okay. That'd be a nice little add-on.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get that... I don't know, is it TED Talk that put it out?
Yeah, you're just them sitting down,
Okay.
have a chat, show him on guitar a little bit. It's really, really just... it's just so personable and so inspiring. You see why filmmakers want to work with a guy like him, because he brings so much to the table himself.
Wow. I like that the kid on the other end has blood in his hair.
Yeah.
Finney Blake. See the name of the thing was Ellison's?
Nice.
I don't know if that means anything. I mean, obviously, Ellison was the name of the character in
Yeah,
Sinister.
yeah.
So, I imagine that was intentional.
I imagine so. Great song selection on this one for the era. I mean, I feel this is so much of an exception in a way, because I've kind of gone off at certain points, like, there's certain things that are period pieces where they're going to bludgeon you over the head
With the radio?
era-specific songs every 2 minutes.
The jukebox, yeah.
Yeah, and just like, this film has already done the work. You know you're immersed. You know exactly what the time period is. It's all over the film.
Right.
It's soaked into the fibers of it. So when you
Right.
kick in a song like this, it aids towards the vibe of the scene that you want to get into.
But you don't have to do it every 5 minutes.
Right, exactly.
Well, this kid was a regular asshole,
yeah.
wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to pick up a Charleston Chew. What the hell does that mean? I'm sure we'll figure it out. Ooh, squirt. Squirt's underrated. I love a squirt. Yeah, Ellison.
Yeah.
Fun.
I bet the kid's wearing a wig, but they did a good job with it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a wig. It has to be a wig.
Yeah.
I thought that when they first showed the bloody backside.
Yeah. I like the fact that as she's getting these visions and whatnot, she's becoming more integrated into
Right. She's not just an onlooker.
Right.
She's actually a character
more
in the story.
absorbed
Yeah.
into the immersion of it.
And now,
From his perspective.
right. I love the overlap of This Is It, is
Yeah.
where she gets out of the car.
Yeah.
The,
There it is.
7741 is the address.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense. Oh, don't fall asleep in the bathtub. You'll get Nancy Thompson.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great like overlapping
Yeah.
elements, and I like that each time that he hears from somebody, it builds, right?
Yeah.
Like the first one just sets up that it can happen.
Yeah.
Then the second one gives you a little information.
Yeah.
And then the third one invites him to take action.
Yeah.
And now it's like the barrage of information.
Yeah.
So good, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Vance there, he's not helping Finney to help Finney. He's here to spite,
just
to
right,
grab her,
right. He just wants revenge.
fuck him over.
There you go. Beat that plaster. That's why I was saying, like, dig a hole to, like, get your shoe in or whatever to,
Yeah.
to climb up to the window. Oh, God. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yes, it's not dirty. I know. I
But
know.
it's still-
It's not
Yeah, I just.
right. Like, it's still connected to the germy water in the
Right,
bowl.
right.
You know. There you go. And it's a multitasker. Only it isn't. I'm telling you, this kid is so much smarter than I ever would be.
Especially under the duress he's under.
Because now he can't flush his dirt.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can manually lift the little gimmick, you know. And,
Yeah, just not quite as easy.
Oh, yum. Thaw one of those out. I'd eat it raw. I like a good steak tartare. Man, that is a beautiful freeze.
Oh,
I'm a sucker for nostalgic, old-timey appliances. Yeah, I'm sure there isn't some sort of a latch from the inside. That,
no, God, no. And that thing's way too heavy to push.
well, maybe not. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And the thing's got to weigh a couple 100 pounds, I'd bet.
I mean, and after all of that, look at the look of defeat.
Right, yeah.
You know?
I mean, keeps getting so goddamn close and just is not enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's breaking my heart.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing this film just builds in so much heart for the characters because they've done the groundwork for the beginning.
Right, like you loved this kid
Yeah.
from the first moment,
Yeah,
right? And if you didn't love him from the first moment, the scene in the bathroom
with Robin.
with
yeah.
Robin
Yeah,
is like you're instantly
yeah,
connected.
yeah. This is it.
Oh, like...
Yeah, this I was watching this scene. Oh my god, it does squeeze the crap out of your heart.
Like, oh my god,
yeah.
right? Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But he's not going to leave you behind.
No.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, just it's starting to get there, man. I mean, I'm.
That's perfect. Yes, you do need to see that. There are so many horror movies. If anybody has followed this channel for any length of time, and you know that we have talked about movies that have a cast of characters that are in it just for a body count, and you couldn't give two shits about any of them, because they were as three-dimensional as a Ritz cracker. And this movie has kind of no body count, right? Like, they're like, not really.
It's not a body count flick in that regard. It's not a slasher film.
And you absolutely believe every single one of these people.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, it's...
I'm so entranced by this.
Oh yeah. Is that one scene? All they got was one scene to really show it, and bond the characters and build that relationship.
But it works so good. It's so good.
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
They, like, in literally 2 minutes, they developed more chemistry between these two people than anybody in Jason X or any of these movies.
Chainsaw 4.
Right, any of them.
Most of the Chainsaw movies.
For like 3 movies in a row. Nobody ever cared about anybody as much as I care about these two right now.
Straight up.
I want to give both of them a hug.
Oh yeah. I know you're fighting for them even more than any moment you had before, because Robin came in there, gave him that vote of confidence. That Robin believed in him from the beginning, that he had that fight in him. He had the capability to be what he needs to be right now. So I'm watching this like, this is so much in that Wes Craven tradition. Well-developed ideas, good thematic material, characters that have a substance to them.
You know, my friend Stephen King likes to do that too.
Yes, too.
And
this
could have easily been
developed by his son himself.
Right.
So I mean, it's like, all in the DNA.
The apple didn't fall far, right?
No, hell no. I mean, you've seen Joe Hill.
Sure.
It's a spitting fucking image of his father.
Right. I mean,
just with a beard.
He's as ugly as fuck as his dad ever was.
He's a little bit gnarly looking, but he's a good guy. There we go.
Love that.
Uh-huh. You didn't know you're right where you need to be.
Right, I mean, that was their job, right? Was to stop her in front of the correct house.
Right over there. All she needs is the damn tree.
And the address.
Number verifies it further. Like, oh shit. And she's smart enough, like, I'm not gonna go knock on the fucking door. That's what a dumb character would do. She knows, I gotta go back and call up the goddamn cops.
Right. And she's not a dumb character.
Exactly.
Jesus, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, fuck you, G. So you can call the cops on this.
That's
one.
right.
You ain't gonna help me worth a damn.
This is yeah, there you go.
Top dollar.
There's my boy. Top dollar toot for sure.
Oh. Brain chemistry is coalescing.
And again, I really like the no dialogue.
Yeah.
I think that you let the visual speak for itself.
Exactly. And this music we're getting, it's so...
Is it... I can't
70s
really...
synthesizer.
I'm curious. Like the only question I really have at this point
Sure.
is if have we established that the black van is a thing? Right? Like, didn't the police know about the black van?
I don't know if they did or not.
I thought in their
Black
questioning.
balloons they knew about. That was at each crime scene.
Okay, but not the van. Okay.
I don't believe that.
Because if they knew about the van, I
established
feel like they could have figured out a link to
Right.
owners of black vans.
Sure. I think they only made a point about the black balloons being left at each scene.
It really does look like the sinister artwork on the wall.
Yeah.
That kind of annoys me. Calling the drugstore Ellison's, that's fine.
Sure. The peculiar effect they have with the pulsating phone.
Yeah,
I feel that's a visual effect.
That is a visual effect, yeah. But I don't know. It doesn't.
I feel like if they were doing it in the 70s, they probably would have had like a rubber version of it. They would have like
an air pump or something,
something.
that would have blown it up. It really would have been kind of fun to do it that way.
Yeah.
Here, just... Although, when you have all that at your disposal, it's so hard to not use it.
Sure.
All the digital gimmicks, right? Why wouldn't he immediately grab the kid and come upstairs? And oh shit! Like, that's our first
a real
kill.
graphic piece of work.
And holy God, I am terrified.
Yeah. This feels, from the cost perspective, it's kind of like Tom Skerritt in Dead Zone. It's like we've kind of examined all angles. We got no leads, so we're just kind of taking this sort of leap of faith.
Sure. And how about Hawke's line there of "Look what you made me do"?
Yeah.
I think that is a psychotic break that a lot of people have in movies, and it works every time, in my opinion. Like the whole idea of like the victim made me do this. And I love this kid more every single scene.
Oh yeah,
right?
Fuck. Again, like the Oscar thing. Him and Meredith, all the way. mean, Hawke too, man.
Well, sure. I mean,
Whew. And the dog, holy shit. But he
That's-
calls the dog down.
yeah. That's a dog of death right
Ooh,
there,
yeah.
right?
That's a
It's
nasty
it's
dog.
not quite the Rottweiler from the
No.
other one, but
But he's a nasty old dog.
all right. And so we're about to embark on the one
Okay.
major gripe
Okay.
that I have. And the fact that we basically ripped off the Silence of the Lambs ending
Okay.
really drives me nuts. And how about the idea that it's evocative of, ow. Heck yeah. Follow the directions exactly. Front, back, swing. He's growling like a dog. Like, this is amazing. The fact that Sinister was evocative of Red Dragon, and now we have this one blatantly ripping off The Silence of the Lambs,
Okay.
which is the sequel to Red Dragon.
Okay. I am not nearly as familiar with Silence of the Lambs, so you'll have to detail this for me.
Well, they basically, the entire setup is this back and forth cutting of the police going into the wrong house.
Okay.
And she is actually in the right house.
Yeah, with
and
the
all
night vision goggles
correct.
and everything. I'm
And
familiar
all
with
of the
that.
police are descending on and
The
they go
wrong
and they go
address.
into an empty house. So it's like
Okay.
it really just honked me off.
Okay, I can get you. I do plan to at least revisit that film because it's been a long time and
It's
it's been 20 years since
it's
I've
a
watched
10.
this movie.
I mean, it's a 10.
Because I've always been such a thorough Manhunter person that's like, just want
Right.
to watch Manhunter instead. So I gotta give that time. You find the Criterion Laserdisc in one of the near half-price books, but I'm not buying that. I'm gonna get the newer version.
There is I was actually just at this Half Price Books
Yeah.
a couple hours ago, and they have a whole section of Laserdiscs, as
Yeah.
I'm sure you know. I've been to 2 different flea markets in the last 48 hours, and I've seen some Laserdiscs around that I thought I'd never see. I just thought they were so cool, but I don't have a player for them. Look at that, the thawed out meat
Yep.
that he left
Yep.
sitting there a day ago or whatever the hell. There you go. We got dead Ransone, grab her in a hole,
Grab her in a hole.
police at the wrong house, and this kid's brilliant. Excuse me. So this is a little bit of a twist.
Yeah.
Not a twist, but at least this is better than just
More of a justification why.
right.
So not an offhanded swerve, at least has a context that why they would lead her to that place because that's where the kids' remains are.
Correct. And, you know, at some point I thought, oh, maybe there's like a tunnel that connects them,
Yeah.
or something. But yes, I like the idea that the ghosts brought you to this residence because that's where they are.
Yeah.
And then I believe it's like right across the street or something,
Yeah.
right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
There's also, you know, the phone, the fact that the houses are so
Yeah.
close Like, it would have been interesting if there was a phone in the basement of the other house.
Yeah.
That might have been...
A linking thread.
Would it have been too on the nose? I don't know.
Possibly.
But I think it would have been nice.
Sure.
I don't think I would have hated it. I'm fine without it.
And this, I mean, come on.
She's the hero of this movie,
oh, yeah,
right?
She's fantastic. How is your heart not overflowing at this moment? I mean, come on. These two have done such monumental work in this movie.
And you say this is his first movie. Like, I am blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
In a lot of ways, my gripe about the rip-off ending, at least the other house has the payoff of the kids and the explanation, right? So it's not enough to make me rate it lower.
Strike it down, right?
Than I guess I did for the couple of things I had against Sinister.
Sure.
So if I'm comparing and ranking, I do put this one a little higher.
Yeah, me too.
I can't get over his haircut. You would not win an Oscar for that business.
No. And I like the fact that the two of them, they're bonded. But they're not like embracing the father or kind of letting him off the hook. There's still that complicated relationship there. But I like the fact that the father's just overcome.
I don't know if it's a rescue. Can you call it a rescue?
Well, you spin it however you want.
He emerged.
Yeah, he was already out the woods anyway.
And I do love the overhead shot, right?
Yeah.
And now he's like a local hero.
Oh, yeah. Ain't no one fucking with him now. I mean...
Right, he killed the grabber.
The fucking grabber.
Yeah. Look out, redhead.
What
are you going to do?
All the girls swarming a little bit around him.
Well, sure they would.
Yeah, how?
I like that he's cock of the walk, just walks back in like nothing happened.
Yeah.
He should just plant one on her right now.
Oh, yeah. He's the man.
Perfect.
Damn straight.
Like, this movie's great.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea what to do for this sequel.
Well, why? How? What? You know what I mean?
I mean, Mason's coming back. Madeleine's coming back.
Well,
Hawke is coming back.
Well,
so
I don't understand any of that.
Supernatural, I guess you can bring it back. Bring anyone back you want, but
I don't know.
They haven't revealed anything, so it's like October next year.
They didn't show that the grabber died. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, he was knocked out in the hole and arrested. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't know.
We shall see.
Did the police? Did I not pay attention? Did the police guy say he was dead?
The kids in the school say he killed the grabber.
Right, but did the police in the press conference say that he was dead?
I don't believe they did.
No, I don't think so either.
So minor loopholes if you want to do that. Hopefully they have something.
Well,
between Cargill and Derrickson and Hill, they've all got a really fantastic idea that doesn't feel like it's a cash grab, shredding it too thin. Hopefully they have an interesting story to tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was reading, apparently that anthology series VHS, there was a VHS 85 apparently there's a short segment of that that's a continuation from this with their cousin. I don't know anything about it. I just read it on the write-ups and everything. I haven't watched a single bit of one of these anthologies, but
Okay.
if anyone has seen it, throw some information our way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, it's supposed to take place a couple years later. I don't know if it has anything really to do with it, but anything. I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know.
But overall, I think this is a really good
Yeah, it's
film.
really good.
And you know, I don't know why they would. This whole sequel culture that we live in is so annoying.
I'm sure it was the fact between Blumhouse and Universal they greenlit it, and they're going to get someone to do it anyway. That's the thing.
I guess
That's one of those things. Like if the studio's going to greenlight it, and they're just going to get someone to do it regardless,
You might as well do it yourself.
Try to do it yourself, because apparently Joe Hill was already pitching ideas to Derrickson or whatnot while they were kind of getting up to production, so they at least had an inkling of an idea. It doesn't mean they came out of nowhere. At least they were entertaining about a possibility. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, this thing costs upwards of $18 million, making it $161 million.
I don't remember it being released theatrically. For some reason, I just only remember it streaming.
Yeah, I call it in the theater.
And
End of June 2022.
all right,
It was put on festival days the year before, so they finished it somewhere early
In 21.
and they put it out on different festivals here and there and everywhere, and it really was performing well. Because I remember there was originally to be released in the beginning of 2022, but they felt so strongly about it, they want to release it in the summer.
okay,
And also considering you had all the stuff with further you can distance it from more the breadth of the pandemic stuff, more people will be more comfortable going to theater and
later on, right? The more you
all
push
the
it,
time.
right?
Yeah, so I could definitely see that, and thankfully it paid off, because sometimes, yeah, you have a pretty good spot for it. Before you release a trailer, then you kind of push it back 4 months. Then, well, that was probably the bad choice, because now it didn't pay off or something else like that. They're trying to put like at the summer, kind of somewhere in like seems like a prime point in time, or they might move the thing up. So it plays some shuffle game with release dates. Sometimes
It backfires.
You bust.
Yeah.
So
Filmed in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
North Kakalaki to some folks.
Flair country, Todd.
That's right. That's right. Flair country. This movie's great. I very much appreciate everyone joining us for this Scott Derrickson Love Fest.
Yeah, this is good.
And hopefully.
I mean, I hadn't watched it since the theater, and as I posted the other day, I just still thought it was really fantastic.
I'm looking forward to watching that Ethan Hawke YouTube video.
Yeah.
Post that link maybe somewhere. And
It was a good time.
This is great.
Yeah, guys.
So put your comments down there and tell us whatever your thoughts, if you think we're great or bad, or the movie's awful, or you love it, or whatever.
Yeah.
Just say something.
Yeah, we enjoy your interactions, guys. So have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Adios.